Thank you for everyone for being patient with me. It is your girl, Shay, First Lady of Loyalty Radio with WDRB Media, the voice of the community. How is everybody doing right now? Thank you so much for tuning back in with me and following me and coming to see what we're doing. I have been so busy. As you all know, I am also the owner of Loyalty Management and Entertainment. I have a co-host with me here today, Mr. Chris Hollis. We're going to be talking with him in a minute, but I just want to talk about what we had going on for the last 3 weeks. One of my artists, K Swayze, got a chance to get on the stage for the very first time down at the 7th Lounge in Aiken. Shout out to Hakeem of the Dream, Bo Rob. Thank you for having us out. We got to get into a showcase. 2 weekends, caught in Atlanta traffic. But we had fun down hanging out with MGMV Films and the Leak podcast. I mean, they showed a lot of love. So much talent on the showcase. You got to check those guys out. Got to head out to Legacy Pro Studios and just make some connections. So make sure now we are coming to Charlotte, May the 3rd. Remember, May the 3rd, Lit Lounge, North Tryon Avenue in Charlotte. It's going to be PG Raw, Pull Up Hurc, K Swayze. So make sure everybody, y'all come out. We are representing. So make sure you tune back in with me. We're going to take a break right now, but we're going to be talking to Mr. Hurc Diesel. This is exciting. He's got a lot of information to give us. So be right back. Hi, we are back with my guy, Chris Hollis. Mr. Hurc Diesel, can you explain to me how did you get this name, Mr. Diesel?
Well, I began working out many years ago when I was younger. So it became a lifestyle. So in another, I'll say environment, I begot that name Hurc Diesel. Just working out, being on the weight pile. You feel me?
Big guy.
Exactly.
Okay, I understand. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a father.
Okay.
I'm a man of God. I love God. I love people.
Yeah, girls or boys?
3 daughters, 3 princesses.
Ooh, you're a busy guy.
I don't know about that. I'm old, but they my world though.
Of course.
I'm thankful.
That's every gentleman. So I hear that you are a part of a very important project called Project Fresh Start.
Yes. I am the vice president of Project Fresh Start.
Okay.
The founder, Charles Evans, the president, Mr. Marvin Price. We all work within our community, to develop, the needs of the community, the people that are struggling, the people that really need it, and pretty much those that have been disenfranchised.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, people that made mistakes and had to pay for them.
Okay.
They wound up going to prison or wound up getting probation, but then that became a stain and a blemish on their profile of trying to get employment. It created economic disadvantage, because now you're labeled.
Absolutely.
So we recognize a lot of these prejudices, I'll say, and with Charles's help, and that right there was a domino effect with the Cumberland County criminal justice system, because the judges, the district attorney's office, commissioners all got together and they said, let's help these people.
Wow, that's powerful.
Because giving people jobs, you're going to cut down statistically on the crime rate. It gives people hope. It allows men and women both to take care of their families and have integrity by doing it. Not having to worry about your door getting kicked in because you out there in the trap.
Right,
or
right.
doing something, that is going to jeopardize the freedom of your family and yours.
Are we speaking from firsthand experience?
Yes.
Okay, I understand. My community already understands and knows that I too have and am a felon, but am a standing contradiction of what my future was supposed to hold. I'm not getting ready to allow anything to hold me back. I'm going to continue to strive and go forward, and that's what we want to relate to the community now, that there is some avenues that you can take and find some help when you come out here to get some second chances.
Yes.
You're also part of Locke Nation, or our Locke Nation.
Yes, yes. Actually, Locke Nation was, as you see on the shirt, I came up with that because working with Project Fresh Start, it pretty much motivated me to want to implement ideas of my own. I mean, granted, Project Fresh Start is doing a lot for the community,
Right.
but I know that this is my passion as well. So to continue to aid Project Fresh Start, Locke Nation, I'm taking a different avenue.
Okay.
With Locke Nation, my goal is to go into every penitentiary
Okay.
and to talk to the ones that have been locked up, freedom snatched. You know, the ones that do have hope to get out one day.
Mm-hmm.
But the day that they get out, what are you going to do?
Right.
You know, how have you prepared yourself while you were inside? Have you gathered the tools and put in your toolbox?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those trades, small engine repair, brick mason, welding, even a GED, but get all of this because you're going to need it. Because
Right.
you're already going to be in a field of trying to do the legitimate thing and get a job. But the competition is so great that you're dealing with college students that got a degree and they trying to get a job at McDonald's. You feel me?
Right. Absolutely.
You feel me? So
Absolutely.
my whole thing is knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
And the more knowledge you have, the more awoken you become about life.
And life experience is valuable.
And life experiences. So knowing where I came from, you know, it's a humbling experience to where I am today in my life.
Okay.
You know.
So what are they offering exactly to people coming out into the community?
Well, as far as those that have been disenfranchised, ex-offenders that are coming into the community, we have a reintegration,
Okay.
process. And that's to whatever the need is. You know, they'll seek Project Fresh Start. We have IG set up. We have Facebook set up, to reach out. Because, yes, we are based in Cumberland County, but yet there are other organizations out there too. And the
Right.
most important thing is partnershiping.
Mm-hmm.
So with Locke Nation, I fill in those gaps between the divide for those that may fall in between.
Right. Getting that information out.
Just getting that information out. So no matter what state you locked up in, no matter what county you locked up in, there's always resources.
Okay.
You just got to search for that knowledge, because there's always going to be a nonprofit somewhere. It may not be in your county or your town, but it's somewhere. And it's about partnershiping with these people because they know people.
Yeah.
And if you look at partnerships across the divide, everybody can help somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And so, giving somebody a second chance, you never know. You can have the best employee.
Right. Absolutely.
And this dude or this female or this man, may not have that education that this person has never experienced going to prison or living a life of, on the street or whatever. But it's the value that you have within yourself, the appreciation that you have, and all you want is that chance. So as long as we give it a chance, we could break the chains to our success.
Absolutely. It's just the information. I know when I came out, the only thing that was literally to offer in my own community is vote rehab. And it only helped you for a small amount of time. And it was kind of like, I'm just out there in no man's land and I have skills, but now I have skills that I can't even utilize because of my own record. So, that's where having information like getting expungements and things of that nature are very important to the community. And I hear you're also involved with that.
Yes. This past month, I want to say the month of March, Project Fresh Start, Commissioner Charles Evans, he spearheaded for the third year in a row the expungement clinic.
Okay.
And so pretty much that went grassroots community. So everybody, was pushing information through word of mouth, through social media, to get the word out that there's an opportunity for you to come to a clinic and get the information that you need. And information is valuable.
Valuable, yes.
So to get the information that you need in order to see if you qualify for an expungement.
Okay.
And so we've had turnouts of hundreds of people. You know, we've had the local district attorney, Billy West, and his
Wow.
staff. We've had circuit court judges, superior court judges. We've had the other city commissioners, and we've had our community,
Right.
those that needed the help. They were showing up, and that's what was most important to me,
Okay.
is to make sure that, yeah, they may not can help everybody. I mean, I worked with the program for years, and I applied myself for an expungement. You know, I'm working it, so let me see if I qualify.
Exactly.
But looking at my 14-page rap sheet,
Oh my goodness.
I just knew that was a stab in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, it's still that passion to want to help the next man or the next woman get something that I dreamed of getting. But I look at it through my own life experiences that I don't even need that, because I'm confident enough to get out here in this world and get it on my own, and to also aid and help at the same time, because knowledge is power, and all you need is an opportunity. That's all I felt that I needed, and once that opportunity was given, I capitalized on it.
You hear here first, people. An opportunity. That's all we need. How can people reach you if they want to reach you right now? What's your social media?
Yes, well, right now it's under construction, Locke Nation, but you can reach me on Instagram, Facebook, Chris Hurc Diesel, Hollis. You can follow me on IG. I have a Twitter as well. But once Locke Nation gets up and going, the primary goal is, there's so many people that feel like there's no hope, and that every day is a struggle. I mean, getting even gas in your car to go to a job, it's a struggle.
Right.
You know, I mean, our kids to be able to go to school and to know that them feeling like this is the best meal they're going to eat all day. You know, because there's no food at home.
It's sad.
You know, and no matter what the situations are, everybody got their own story, and everybody has their own struggle. When I was 18 years old, I went to prison, you know, for a 14-year sentence. And, you know, I grew up in prison, you know, banging, you know, just being wild. You know, and then one day I woke up after spending time on long term, you know, for just fighting all the time or whatever. And I thought different. I finally picked a book up, you know, and I read it.
Knowledge.
And it felt good. And then I picked up the big book, the Bible, and I started to read it. And I really, at that point in my life, I just started to understand certain things, which actually changed me and how I thought.
It brought you some peace.
It brought me some peace in my life, you know? And I knew that one day I had to get out. And when I got out, my question was, what was I going to do? What was I going to do? So I went to college in prison. I went to UNC Greensboro through correspondence studies. The state paid for the education. You know, I took sociology, bioanatomy, physiology. I took major technical skills. So when I got out, I had an angle, you know, but I still had to find my way.
Absolutely.
There wasn't a path paved out for me when I got out. So I had, through God's grace, I made my own, and with his help. And all I ever asked anyone was to give me a chance.
Right.
So I've been out now close to 19 years.
Wow.
And I've been with the federal government for over a decade.
Whoa.
You know, I've deployed multiple times to Afghanistan, you know, Kuwait.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you're with the federal, you work for the federal government right now? Hold on right there. We want to stop right there. You're tuning in with your girl, Shay Shay, First Lady of Loyalty Radio. You heard it here first. A felon who works for the federal government, people. It can happen. You can move forward. There's only stumbling blocks. All you got to do is run past them. So don't let anything stop you. This is WDRB Media, the voice of the community. Welcome back to WDRB Media, the voice of the community. And those of you who are streaming free, Tune In radio app and through iHeartRadio, you're listening to Loyalty Radio. And I'm your girl, Shay Shay, First Lady of Loyalty. Now I've got my guest back with me again, Mr. Chris Hollis. and so much going on right now. Like, I am shaking. He has told me, you work for the federal government. This is what's going on currently in your life.
Yes.
Tell me about it. What you got going on?
Well, I've held multiple positions within the federal government.
Okay.
The blessing is the fact that when I went to prison, I was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to sign up for selective service, but my service was doing time, and to have that opportunity to one day be able to go overseas, put on the uniform, serve right beside an active member of the military, and to aid in supporting another country, and as well as keeping terror abroad instead of at home.
Right.
I mean, it was an honor.
Thank you.
It was an honor. Experiencing just being in a combat zone, things blowing up around you, you leaving the camp or the fob, not knowing if you're going to make it back, or get to your destination. But yet, it always made me think, why am I doing it? And, you would think for the coins, but most people go over there for that. But to me, it was that opportunity to give back.
Okay.
And so to have that experience and reflect off of it, it makes me grateful for the life that I have, opposed to seeing how other people in third world countries are barely making it, but they the happiest people you're ever gonna meet.
A lot of people haven't experienced actually going outside of the United States and getting to see what we actually do have that a lot of Americans we do take for granted.
Yes.
Basics, the running water, electricity. It's a lot of people who right now in a regular mother and father home don't even have those small things that we take for granted every day. And we over here like, man, the air conditioning ain't working right. So, that had to be something to experience that.
Well, it was to be out in the middle of a desert. I showed you some of the pictures, but on an average day was 130, 140 degrees.
Ooh.
To where you ain't even see birds flying. It was so hot. They were walking. I mean, seriously.
I mean, but in the desert, there's no trees to be fair for me to land.
Exactly. I mean, so to see how the nomads live, those that take,
So is it like mud homes or?
There's actually, all the homes are made out of mud, brick, clay. They make their bricks out of the sand and the dirt. It's amazing. And it's also an experience at the same time.
Culture shock.
Culture shock, yes.
Wow.
Culture shock.
So how did you like the food over there, or was it?
Well, the food, like I said, it was a culture shock. They eat a lot of lamb. They eat a lot of rice.
Okay.
I've been blessed to experience the Kuwaiti culture, the Afghani culture, and just to see how they live and how they eat. And the food is pretty good.
Wow. That is interesting. I would have never thought about that. All right, Mr. Hollis. Let's talk about this North Carolina Second Chance Lobby Day that you got. Let's see. It's May the 7th, 300 North Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina. They're going to have information about expungements, education, reentry service, resolving all pending charges before being released. Like, this is going to be a huge, huge event. So much information that you need to get to people. Get out there, get involved. There's more information on Eventbrite if you're interested in going. Tell me what's going to be going on.
Well, actually, and it's a blessing to me because like Project Fresh Start, we've been engaged in our own community in Cumberland County of helping our community members by helping them get expungements to clean up their criminal records, because everybody needs a second chance. So to see people like Representative Floyd, one of our congressmen,
big names,
a lot of representatives, that look at the fact that it's all about the people.
Right.
I mean, democracy, meaning demo people, Chrissy is authority, so it's about the people. We put these elected leaders in these positions, and not just because they sound good, but it should be because they're working for you.
Absolutely.
The American people. And I'm with the NAACP in the Fayetteville chapter, and to me it's a blessing because it's young blood that's up in there. I understand what the fight and the focus is, and it's about all races of people because we're the human race, at the end of the day. So when I look at the fact that when it comes to everybody who needs help, I mean it's serious because that struggle is real, and I'm very thankful. Sorry about that.
Important man.
Yeah, sorry. I'm thankful to be able to see and recognize that the Second Chance program is something that's statewide. So that means there's a lot of people that's woke up.
Oh, yeah.
Because
people are getting involved.
Because when you're looking at the recidivism rate, when you start factoring in mass incarceration, when you start factoring in drug abuse, people being addicted to these opioids, and
huge topic.
I mean, it's another topic,
right? But it's huge.
Yeah, it's another topic, but sorry about that. It's another topic, but at the same time, I mean, it all runs hand in hand. People don't get locked up just because they was giving out Girl Scout cookies.
True story.
Some people
not at all.
Some people feel that within their life, they got to do what they got to do. You don't know the walk of life somebody has been down or where they came from.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we all either got self to take care of, we got a family to take care of. And all people need is a chance, because if they don't have it, they're going to get it by any means necessary.
Absolutely.
And it don't always have to mean it's the right way, but it may be the right way for them. But my job within Locke Nation is to break the chains
break
them.
Locke Nation. We got the T-shirts.
That's it. To break the chains off of your mentality, your mindset.
Right.
Because we limit ourselves. Man don't limit us. The system tried to limit us.
Right.
But we raise above and beyond that.
Absolutely.
So I'm thankful because, for one, my strength, my belief, in my God, and myself, and my family, so it's like
you have that structure.
You got that structure built around you.
Right.
So that failure isn't an option. And then to know that as long as you have an opportunity, and if you recognize who you are and know who you are, who's going to stop you from getting where you need to be but yourself?
It's so huge. I am so glad that we had a chance to meet up and get this information out here. It is so many people out there right now that feel like it's over for me. I've got this record and there's no help. No one's going to give me a chance. But right now, both of us are a standing contradiction of there's no way out, because there's actually a way out. So don't stop trying, don't stop pushing. Every time a door closes, there's always going to be another door that opens. I like to think about it as timing.
That's it.
People are put into your life at the exact right time. Like they say, God don't come to, he's always right on time. And that's a fact. He's always right on time. So things happen in your life at that same point. It was right when I'm ready to give up. It seems like when someone or something is pushed directly in my path that helps me get to that next level, because I'm still striving. So it's hard. I'm not going to tell you a lie, to get out here again and remake yourself and do something other than just go backwards, because in all honesty, you're literally going backwards if you try and do the same exact thing when you walk out here in this path. But
I would like to say, I'm thankful for you and what you do. You're the voice to the community.
I'm trying. I am trying. That's all I can do.
To be able to put that voice out there on a platform as powerful as yours, it's a blessing, because you have many people, all they want is hope. And in order to get that hope, they got to hear it. They got to hear it.
That is true.
And they got to see it. You got to hear it first. And just be hopeful that your life can change with the opportunities that are presented before you. And like I stated, for you to be on your platform, kudos to you. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know your power, and you exercising that ability. And a lot of us out there, that's all we need is help. And if it's nothing more than putting a word out on a platform, but it's going to inspire somebody. because I've given.
That's the whole point. Inspiration. Yes.
I've given part of Locke Nation is I'm a motivational speaker. I've been to churches. I've been to revivals. I've been to institutions. And my goal is to get into the criminal justice juvenile system to go ahead and give them that prevention knowledge.
Oh,
to
man.
Give them the resources
Volumes.
that our youth need.
Before they even grab hold
Before
to
they
them.
even grab
Right.
hold of that other life. That it's not a badge of honor to have a criminal record. Because then you double layering yourself up with labels.
Right.
To where it's going to keep you suppressed and depressed to a point to where you're going to get it how you live. And we all want to live the right way.
Right.
I mean, I thank the good Lord. I'm humbly thankful to be where I am. I mean, as an ex-convict, I've owned 2 homes in my life legitimately in my own name.
Value, real estate.
Understanding real estate to be a value. I mean, it's something that it's an investment. To understand that I got to have more money in stocks and bonds than I do liquid, in my hand or in my bank account. It's valuable because it's money working for me.
Ooh, speaking of stocks, people. I know I have been so stock blind over the years, and we got into a conversation just the other day about stocks, and you sent me some very valuable information about how stocks trend and what have you. So it was very informative. So, what has your experience been?
Well, I can't complain. Unfortunately, many years ago, I was in the desert on a deployment, and one of my coworkers, long story short, he was like, "Chris, what you doing with your money, man?" Because he thinking we making money like buckets of water over there. And so, I'm like, "Look, I got it in my bank account," and he's like, just look at if you got a money market savings,
Right?
Look at what the interest is you getting each month off of your dollar. So, I won't say what I had, but, I was comfortable. And to just see what interest that money drew me at the end of the month, it was sad. And I mean, we talking,
pennies. I mean, it's a fraction of a penny, actually.
But I could have took that money and put it in stocks and bonds, built a portfolio, and let that go into the S&M or the Dow. Because look, we risking money every day. I don't knock nobody hustle. But just say hypothetically, somebody out there in the game, you taking a risk right there every day. That money exchanges thousands of people's hands, hundreds of people's hands.
True.
You don't know which hand is going to exchange. It could be a handcuff in exchange or it could be a bullet in exchange.
True.
But yeah, you taking a risk with your money. Why not take a risk in the market? It's much safer.
Right, because that's actually 100% risk.
That's 100%. And it's all about having that knowledge.
Right.
I challenge anyone, and to be a black man, I'm thankful. I'm not just a man, I'm a black man.
Okay.
I recognize that in where I'm living at in this world. I recognize the adversity. I recognize the trials and the tribulations. I recognize the socioeconomic disadvantage, but yet nothing will stop me but me.
Right.
So to see all of these variables and all of these stumbling blocks and these issues that are going out around me and that I'm living in my day-to-day community and seeing people going through things, that motivates me to know what my mission was on this earth. And that's to give back to those that need help. Because as long as you're willing to help yourself, then somebody's going to help you.
Right.
And that's what a lot of us need is just a helping hand. Lift your fellow brother up. And I'm not just talking about because we dark and melon. Your brother and your sister is a human race. If they need help,
Just
help
genuine
them.
love.
Genuine love.
Right.
That's the most powerful weapon of all is love. So I feel that, it may be far-fetched, but I really think that in our own community, if we came together and actually sat down and thought about what it's all about at the end of the day.
Growth.
It's about growth. When I see somebody, going through or struggling or whatever, it gives me that passion in my heart. Because I remember there was once a time when I was behind this fence, 3-4 fences, brick walls with mortar, bars, and all I could see is beyond all of that. to a free world, free land. And
You have to have vision.
And one day I was going to be out there. So that vision, I just knew I had to do time and not let time do me.
Period. That was the focus.
And so even out in these streets, in this life, do time because it's something we can't get back, and don't allow it to do you. So live your best life. And your best life should be about helping build your family, be there for your kids, be there for your woman or your man, and just be the best person that you can.
Absolutely.
And I think that if we all did that, we'd be a step better and beyond where we are today.
I have a question for you, and we're just going to skim on this, but right now everybody's going, crazy over the whole Nipsey Hussle thing, and right now it's huge, but we have a national truce for the first time in over 20 years. Like, this is huge. Like, brothers is like coming together. Do you see this to be hopefully some type of huge transition within our communities? Do you think possibly maybe we can stop some of the violence in our own communities without some brothers getting killed?
I feel, because I was once a soldier out there in them streets when I was younger, gang banging, the whole nine, and yeah, it was a tragedy, and it's very sad, about Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, he was a man with
peace.
A family.
Right.
Rest in peace. He had a family. He had people that loved him. He had a fan base. And unfortunately, he was taken out of this world. So we never know our time, and he was a community member, somebody that gave back. But we know what we're dealing with out here in this world. And to me, it's beyond, I had to get about, spiritual about it, but it's not this point to be doing that. But I really think that we're battling more than just flesh and blood.
Oh, absolutely.
But to me, it's powers, principalities, rulers in darkness of this world, and spiritual wickedness in high places. And all these spirits, they latch on to certain souls, and they cause people to do things that they probably wouldn't normally do. They could be under the influence of a drug, or the influence of a drink, or the influence of just pure hate and covetousness.
That is
true.
And
it causes them to take lives or do things that normally a sane person wouldn't be doing. But we're in a war every day. And like I said, to me, it's beyond black and white, blue and gray. It's a supernatural battle that's going on.
Absolutely. A lot of times you'll hear people, when something happens, it's like, Ray would have never did that. And it kind of makes you think just a little bit deeper, like, maybe Ray was under some influence of some type of wickedness. But that's a whole nother topic. We can get real deep on that right there. Exactly. We can get real deep. So again, how do the people get in contact with you if they want to send you an email or get some more information about what you have going on?
Well, like I said, Locke Nation is under construction right now. It's a business I just started. And also, I like to give a shout out to amateurs, from inmates to amateurs.
Okay.
It's actually a business course study I've been in for the past over a month. And it's people that have done time before. And they built this 501c3 nonprofit organization that goes around from state to community to help those that have been incarcerated, that have been on probation, that have a felony on their record. And it's to tap in to your entrepreneurship.
Right.
And how I look at it, well, some people may be saying right now, well, I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't even know what I want to do.
Are you?
But the thing is, I look at it this way. If you're a felon, you broke the law. I mean, I ain't saying that, you was guilty or whatever, but the courts did. So for whatever charge that was. And usually a criminal charge is because of a hustle, or, normally, trying to get that money. And so we look at the ambition that you had when you were doing it illegally. And just look at the ambition and the drive that you still have, that if you target it in a different area of doing it legitimately. So you could be one of the best street pharmacists, in the hood. But you could also be the best pharmacist at Walgreens.
True story. Yes.
I mean, so just apply yourself and do it the right way. Yeah, people can, debunk and come back and say, you know what, the bigger dope dealers is Walgreens. But
They
look,
really are.
but they ain't locked up. But it's about the game out there, and how I look at it is a game of chess, not checkers. So if you're gonna get in it, know what you're playing. But at the end of the day, to me and for me, it's about I work a legitimate job. Monday through Friday, I work for the Army. Weekends, I work for the Air Force. I can't talk about all that, but I give my service. And it makes me feel good to know that my kids is going to be okay. My daughters can be like, Daddy, I want some new shoes. Guess what? Let's go get them.
Right.
I'm able to provide. And I'm able to do my part. And that's the best thing for me. That's my wealth. I don't need $1 million. I just need to be able to go help somebody make it. And to see them strive and wholeheartedly strive, I mean, that's the best feeling in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to give back. That's what it's about.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. I really, really appreciate you coming here with me. We're going to have to do this again.
Most definitely.
Because I know there's got to be more and more information. We've had a wonderful day today, just really building on some really interesting topics. So, again, I am your girl, Shay Shay, First Lady of Loyalty Radio. This is WDRB Media, the voice of the community.